Sigmund Freud was born in 1856 in a small town in Austria. He grew up in a large family with many brothers and sisters. As a child, Freud was very smart. He liked reading books and learning new things. He was interested in many subjects, but when he became older, he decided to study medicine. In university, Freud learned about how the human body works. He was very interested in the brain and the mind. He wanted to understand how people think and feel. At the time, many doctors did not know much about the mind. Freud wanted to change this. After finishing his studies, Freud became a doctor. He worked in hospitals and helped many people. He saw that some patients had problems with their minds, not their bodies. Some people felt sad or afraid for no clear reason. Freud began to think about these problems. He asked, why do some people have these feelings? What is happening in their minds? Freud started to help these patients by talking to them. He asked them about their dreams, their childhood, and their feelings. This was a new idea at the time. Most doctors did not think talking to patients could help. But Freud believed that talking could help people understand their problems. He discovered that people often have hidden feelings. These feelings come from the past, especially from childhood. Sometimes, people forget about these feelings, but they still affect their behavior. Freud believed that by talking about these feelings, people could feel better. One of Freud's most famous ideas is about the unconscious mind. He thought that most of our thoughts and feelings are hidden in our unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is like a secret part of our brain. We do not know what is there, but it still influences what we do. For example, if someone is afraid of something, but does not know why, Freud believed that their fear came from something in their unconscious mind. Freud also believed that dreams were important. He thought that dreams could help us understand our unconscious mind. When we dream, our mind shows us pictures and ideas that we do not always understand. Freud believed that by studying dreams, we could learn more about our hidden thoughts and feelings. He wrote a famous book called The Interpretation of Dreams. In this book, Freud explained how to understand dreams and what they mean. Freud's ideas were new and different from what most people thought. At first, many doctors and people did not agree with him. They thought his ideas were strange or wrong. But Freud did not give up. He continued to work hard and write books about his ideas. Over time, more people began to understand his work. Freud's ideas helped change the way we think about the mind. He created a new way of understanding how we think, feel, and behave. He also developed a type of therapy called psychoanalysis. In psychoanalysis, a patient talks to a doctor to understand their thoughts and feelings. This is still used by some doctors today to help people with mental health problems. One of Freud's most important ideas was about how our minds are divided. He believed that the mind has three parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. The ID is the part of the mind that wants things right now, like food or fun. The ego is the part of the mind that helps us think about what is best for us in the real world. The superego is the part of the mind that tells us what is right and wrong, like a moral guide. Freud thought that these three parts work together, but sometimes they can be in conflict with each other. Freud also believed that our early experiences, especially in childhood, are very important. He thought that what happens to us when we are young can affect the way we think and feel later in life. For example, if a child has problems with their parents, it can lead to problems when they grow up. Freud believed that understanding these early experiences could help people solve their problems. Freud's ideas were not only about individuals. He also thought about society as a whole. He believed that culture, religion, and social rules also affect how people think and behave. Freud said that many of our feelings and actions are influenced by things we are not aware of. He thought that by understanding these influences, we could better understand how people live together in society. Although many people still use Freud's ideas today, not everyone agrees with him. Some people think his ideas about the unconscious mind and dreams are too simple. Others believe that his ideas about childhood and the mind are not completely correct. Despite these disagreements, Freud's work has had a big impact on psychology and the study of the mind. Sigmund Freud died in 1939, but his ideas continue to influence many fields. His work changed the way people think about the mind, emotions, and behavior. He showed us that the mind is not simple, and that understanding our thoughts and feelings can help us live better lives. Today, many doctors, therapists, and people who study human behavior still use Freud's ideas to understand how we think and feel. Even though some of his ideas have changed over time, Sigmund Freud's work is still important in the world of psychology. Freud's legacy is also important because he made people think differently about mental health. Before Freud, many people thought that mental problems were just caused by physical illnesses or bad behavior. Freud helped people see that mental problems could also come from hidden thoughts and feelings. This was an important change that helped many people understand mental health better. Freud's ideas also opened the door for other scientists and doctors to study the mind. After Freud, many people worked to improve our understanding of how the brain works and how people think and feel. Freud inspired many new ideas in psychology and helped make the study of the mind an important part of science. Even though some of Freud's ideas are not used as much today, his work remains a key part of the history of psychology. He showed us that the mind is complex and that understanding it is important for understanding ourselves and others. Freud's ideas have helped many people and will continue to be studied for many years to come. In the end, Sigmund Freud's work changed the way we think about the human mind. He helped people understand that mental health is not just about the body, but also about our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Even though some of his ideas were controversial, his work laid the foundation for many of the ideas we use today in psychology. His ideas have helped millions of people, and his influence is still felt in the study of the mind.